Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you some of my favorite go-to drugstore products that I've been using this past year, loving this past year, and have been repurchasing, just in case you were looking for some new products to try out. So without further ado, let's get started. Starting off with the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation in the shade 21. I'm just gonna apply this with a sponge, and I actually did a review on this when it first came out last year. I did like it. It was good enough, especially for the price, but I wasn't loving how it was separating around my chin as it was wearing throughout the day, but I did keep using it, and when I ran out this year, I actually repurchased another bottle of it. So I think the pros outweigh the cons for me for this foundation, and I actually just really like the color match for my skin, especially as I'm a little bit more tan this summer. I think it's just like good enough for what I need it to do. It covers up my blemishes well enough and evens out my skin tone, and it looks fine throughout the day. Like, I'm really not looking that close up to my face usually, you know? For concealer, I don't have a drugstore concealer that I really like besides the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer, but that one's not cruelty free, so I have not been purchasing that. So I'm just gonna go in with my Typology concealer, which I also did do a review of this, and I feel like I'm wasting so much just because so much of that like metal oxidation gets on this product. So we'll skip on right ahead to the next step. Moving right along, I also don't have a setting powder that I like from the drugstore yet either. So again, let's fast forward through. To bronze my face, I've been using the e.l.f. Primer Infused Matte Bronzer in the shade Forever Sunkissed. This is actually a newer product to me. I bought this maybe 2 months ago, and I've been really impressed by how well it blends out on my face and how smooth it applies. And the color is like a perfect bronze without being too warm toned. It's actually like a pretty cool toned bronzer. It just goes on so smooth, and I feel like it's such a seamless finish that you can't really tell that I put on bronzer, but it adds some dimension back into my face. I mean, it's not the most creamy, like perfect thing out there, but for the drugstore, this is like fairly good. I am not yearning for any other product when I'm using this. Next up, to contour, I'm using the Milani Silky Matte Bronzing Powder in the shade 1 Sunlight, and it smells a little bit like coconut sunscreen. It just smells like vacation from when you were a kid. And again, this blends in really nice. I don't see any harsh lines. The color is really nice. Next up for blush, I'm using the Essence Pure Nude Baked Blush in the shade number 5 Pretty Peach. The lid came off pretty quick after I bought it, but this blush has impressed me the most this summer because it's so glowy and peachy, and I find that it's looked especially nice with my skin when I'm a little more fair, but even as I've gotten a little more tan, it's just like a nice summer glow. And usually I'm not a big fan of peaches, but I think this is like a nice cooler toned peach with like some gold reflection like highlights. And I think it just makes my skin look very healthy. And I'm very just liberal with wherever I put it. And again, I gotta slap some on my nose. The next few products are not going to be drugstore, so we're going to blow through those really fast. For eyeshadow for my lids, I've actually been going in with Champagne Pop from Becca, but you can still buy it on Smashbox, and mine is literally smashed. So I've been putting it on my lids as an eyeshadow. For my eyeshadows, if you watched my makeup videos from like last year, you'll probably have seen me talk about this, but this is the Matte About You palette that I got from an Ipsy glam bag a while ago, and I've just been using it daily. To line my upper waterline, I've been going in with the NYX Epic Wear eyeliner in the shade Pitch Black, and it really is pitch black. It does transfer a little bit initially, but I don't find that it runs underneath my eyes as much as some other black eyeliners do. For my lower waterline, I've been going in with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Frosting. Do I think it's the most efficient way to brighten up my lower waterline? No, not necessarily, because it's ginormous, but I do like using it for this because it doesn't really budge throughout the day and it lasts forever. Like, when are you gonna get through this? Versus a more traditional eyeliner like the smaller ones, I blow through those way faster than like this guy. This guy will last like years probably, because I've only sharpened it like twice since buying it last year, and I've been using it every day. So, you know, it's good. It's not like the best thing. I wouldn't say like go run out and buy this. I wouldn't say that about anything, because what works for me may not work for you, and nothing is really worth running out to buy. For my liquid eyeliner, I'm gonna go in with this DUP Silky Liquid Eyeliner in the shade of Brown Black that I got from Japan like 2 years ago. I keep thinking it's gonna run out, and then I kind of wipe it on a tissue and it kind of keeps working. So this has lasted a very long time, considering I've been using it nearly daily for the past 2 years. It's got the perfect point, even though this brush is a little messed up at this point. The color is just dark enough, but not too black, not too warm toned. It's just so reliable. And one of the things I really like about this product is when you're applying it, it's not waterproof right away. It doesn't really set. You can wipe away any mistakes with your fingers, but once it sets, it pretty much doesn't budge. I wouldn't say it's waterproof, but it does take a little bit more effort to remove the eyeliner once it's set and dried. I'm just curling my lashes really quick. This is like a 15-year-old Shiseido eyelash curler. Next up, this is again from a Japanese drugstore. This is the Heroin Make Volume Up Mascara, super waterproof in the shade 1 or A49. It's the black one. This is the most waterproof mascara I have ever tried in my life, and this is the second time purchasing this, and the first tube lasted essentially an entire year of almost daily use. Again, you guys should probably look at the expiration, but I use the products until they're gone, despite their expiration dates. And this is just with one coat. It holds the curl, first of all, extremely well. It coats each individual lash, so it separates them without making them look too clumpy or goopy. It lengthens my lashes, and I do think it gives quite a bit of volume. Hopefully you guys can see my lashes. The only thing is, do not try to put this on without having a cleansing balm on hand or a cleansing oil, you know, like a really strong makeup remover, because this is not going to come off with anything less than ultra strong makeup remover. For the extra volume, I'm going in with the Milani highly rated anti-gravity mascara in the shade 115, and I have stated that I hated this in the past because this is not anti-gravity enough for me. However, layering it on top of a waterproof mascara, my lashes are able to hold the curl, and this does just give magnificent volume. But it is a little counterintuitive when you're using like a waterproof mascara for its waterproofness, because this is not waterproof. So if you're sweaty, if you're crying, it's gonna come down, it's gonna, you know, smear. So don't use this if you're actually wanting like a waterproof mascara. But if you want like some extra volume and you don't need it to be waterproof, this is nice. So this eye has the Milani mascara on it, this one doesn't, and it's just a little bit more black, a little bit more volume. Cool, I can see you guys again. Hopefully you were able to see all of that, otherwise this has been a waste of time. Next up, I'm actually very excited about this one. This is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Cool Ash Brown. I've been using this brow pencil for an entire year now, but when they came out with Cool Ash Brown earlier this year, I like it so much more. I like it so much more than regular ash brown. This is like my third time repurchasing this because I've already used up 2 whole pencils, and I don't think my brows have ever looked this good before. I think it's been the most natural my brows have looked, but also like done and polished without being like too in your face, you know what I mean? And it really does feel like the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil, but this is like for a fraction of the price. And the color, look at that. The color is just so good. It just blends so nicely with my features, with my hair color. Very impressed with this color, and I hope it never changes. Look at that. I have never had so many good brow days consistently in my life. I don't think I've had a bad brow day since using this brow pencil. Last up for my lips, another NYX product. This is the NYX lip pencil in the shade Natural. I am down to a little itty bitty nub for this one, and since I love this color so much, I did repurchase a bigger version, and I had to buy it from their Amazon store because my Walmart no longer carried this shade, which is very sad. And I do feel like the color changed like a little bit. This new one is a little bit darker than the old one, so I'm saving this little nub for special occasions. Like this one's not as perfect of a shade for my lips, whereas the little old tiny one, this one blended perfectly with my lips. Like perfectly. But the new one, it's still good enough. This is still a pretty nice color for my skin tone, I think. And to top this off, I'm going in with the Ole Henriksen Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment in the shade Strawberry Sorbet. It's not Drugstore, so let's fast forward through this as well. And there we have it. This is my daily makeup look. I was very excited to share this with you. I've been using the same products for a really long time now, and that's why I don't do like monthly favorites anymore, because when I just really like a product, I kind of just stick with it. Like, I don't go and look for more products. So these have been the products that I've been sticking with this whole year so far. Anyway, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Bye!